Thank you, Mark Grove. We're here back in the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse for second half action between the Thiel College Tomcats and the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets. Score heading right into the second half. It's Thiel 36, Waynesburg 21. Now, Julius, for Waynesburg, what players should we look out for here in the second half?
We got to look out for Anton Baker, Suggs, and we got to just look out for Davis. These are Baker and Suggs. This is their last home game. This is their last game in college. You already know they're not going to want to go out like this. You know they're going to want to play with intensity. It's also Davis' last game. I'm sorry I forgot about that. This is their last game. They don't want to go out in a blowout loss. They want to make this game closer, and they want to take this game over.
For me, I'm looking over at Anton Baker. Just like you said, he has been a difference maker for Waynesburg here in this first half. 8 points for Anton Baker. That leads Waynesburg in points. Obviously, we saw a few credible plays by Baker on defense and then on the offensive side of the ball, especially recalling back to that dunk and one. Now, what about for Thiel? Who should I be looking out for everyone for Thiel?
For Thiel, you would have to look out for Mike Brown. It seems when he's on the court, he's touching the ball every time. He's penetrating. He's finding the open players, and he's taking the shots. If he's the player to look out for, as he leads the team with 10 points.
Same 5 starters on each team to start the second half of action. Mitchum, Suggs, Baker, Davis, and Fisher for Waynesburg. For Thiel, Ellerby, Brown, Accurgio Harris, Gonzalez, and Sanders. Waynesburg's going to get the ball to start the second half. It's Anton Baker at the top of the key. Baker almost gets stripped away by Accurgio Morris. Now over to the left wing side to Davis. Now back to the top of the key to Suggs. Back down to the left wing side. It's Davis with it. He'll drag it into the paint. He'll try throwing one up. He'll get fouled on the way there. Foul's going against Rob Thomas. His third foul of the game. Thiel's first foul of the half. That's going to send Jalen Davis to the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a clear-coat foul. He had his whole arm. Davis couldn't even lift it up to shoot the ball.
Jalen Davis lands his first free throw attempt in this game. 3 points on the day for Jalen Davis. A couple of substitutions in for Thiel. Gabriel Gonzalez checks in along with Mike Brown. Jalen Davis lands his second free throw attempt. 4 points on the day for him, and it cuts Thiel's lead down to 13, 36-23. 19:31 left to go of the second half. Accurgio Harris with it at the top of the key. He'll drag it out to the right side. He'll throw one up off the glass and in for 2. 7 total points for him. Sends Thiel's lead out. 38-23 is your score. It's Corey Mitchum on the right wing side. He'll throw it over to the top of the key to Davis. Davis back to Suggs. He'll take it in at the charity stripe. He'll throw one up. Bounces off of the back of the rim and out. Ellerby with the rebound for Thiel. He'll give it to Accurgio Harris. Now over to Gonzalez on the right wing side. Now 3-point shot attempt by Brown is in. 13 points for Mike Brown. 41-23, Thiel with the lead. 18:41 left to go of the second half. Anton Baker over to Fisher. Fisher, long 3, airballs it. Rebound picked up by Davis. His rebound off the glass, and it is good. 41-25 is your score. Accurgio Harris with it. He'll give it over to Sanders on the left wing side. Give it over to Brown. Brown guarded by Mitchum. Back to Accurgio Harris. Long 3 from the top of the key by Accurgio Harris. Misses. Mitchum grabs the rebound for Waynesburg. He'll take it across the timeline. Back to the top of the key. He'll fake a 3-pointer up. Gives it to Davis. Davis in the paint. He'll throw one off. Just misses. Rebound grabbed by Ellerby for Thiel. Ellerby coming in with speed. Gets past Baker. His layup try is no good. Rebound by Brown is in.
That's going to be Gonzalez's first points of the second half. Give him 10 on the day.
43-25 is your score. Now clock stops with 17:44 left to go of the second half. PJ Suggs will take it to the top of the key for Waynesburg. He'll start up again. His layup try misses as he hits the court by the back of the baseline. LRB for Thiel gives it over to Gonzalez. Now LRB jumper is no good from the right wing side. Davis with the rebound. He'll try to throw one up. Hits off of the back of the head of Baker. And it looks like we have another altercation. Accurgio Harris with the steal, blocked by Corey Mitchum. And the officials have to go in to separate them. There will be a foul here going against Waynesburg. As Davis with a miscommunication pass to Anton Baker right off the back of his head. As the layup try was blocked. We will see what crew chief Tony Thornton and the rest of the officials call here. Looks like we got two fouls here. One's going against PJ Suggs, the other one against Gabriel Gonzalez. As well as a technical foul by Jalen Davis. That's Jalen Davis's second foul. LRB misses his first free throw attempt and hits his second one. Give LRB 6 points now on the day for Thiel. And extends that lead to 24-25. Now Accurgio Harris to the line to shoot for Thiel. Off of another Jalen Davis foul. So he'll get the foul and a technical foul on top. So now he's up into a little bit of some foul trouble here early on in the second half. 3 fouls for him, 2 fouls for Waynesburg in the half. Two free throw attempts for Accurgio Harris from the charity stripe. His first one is up and just short right off the top of the rim. Make that 1 for 2 for Accurgio Harris on the day. His second free throw attempt is up and good. 8 total points for Accurgio Harris and gives Thiel that 20-point lead, 45-25, 17:09 left to go of the second half. It's Rayshad Hooper over to Suggs on the left wing. Suggs trying to work it around Sanders. He'll throw a backwards jumper up. That's no good. Rebound put in by Rayshad Hooper. 5 points for Rayshad Hooper. Thiel comes flying back the other way. It's Sanders with it. He'll get that ball stripped away by Baker. Sanders will pass it back over to Henderson. He will reset the play for Thiel. Henderson will throw it in to Sanders. He loses the ball and rolls out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg ball with 16:26 left to play. Jalen Goins subbing in for Waynesburg. Out comes PJ Suggs as Anton Baker will inbound the ball to Casey Kazee, the junior guard from Tip City, Ohio. He will take it in across the timeline for Waynesburg, guarded by Henderson. Give it over to Hooper on the right wing side. He's working it around Sanders. Throws it back to the top of the key to Baker. Baker drives in on his own. He's trying to get around. And a miscommunication pass to Casey Kazee goes off the hand and out of bounds. It's going to be Thiel ball with 16:01 left to go of the second half.
Yeah, Baker just thought he was going to stay in the left corner because he just had just miscommunication.
It's Accurgio Harris with at the top of the key. He'll give it over to Sanders. Sanders throws it over to LRB into the paint. That goes a little offline and out of bounds. It's going to be Waynesburg ball with 15:47 left to play of the second half. Media timeout called on the floor 45-27 is your score. Thiel Tomcats with the lead.
This has been a slow start for Waynesburg in the second half. It's been over 4 minutes. They haven't really done much. They're just starting slow. It's like they're just giving up. They have no fight in them. They're like, oh, it's the last game. They just have no fight.
Waynesburg now at 9 for 39 from the field of play, 23.1%. For Thiel, 18 for 43, 41.9% from the field. From beyond the arc, 3 for 10 for Thiel, 30%. For Waynesburg, still 1 for 12 from beyond the arc. That's a whopping 8.3%. Only three-pointer hit in this game was Waynesburg's first points on the day, a three-pointer from the right wing side by P.J. Suggs. Even at the free throw line today, 6 for 10 for Thiel, 6 for 12 for Waynesburg in that category. But I do agree with you here, Julius. A very slow start, not only just for Waynesburg, but for Thiel as well. Only a total of 15 points accumulated here in the second half of play, 9 for Thiel and 6 for Waynesburg.
Yeah, man. It's like both teams are coming out slow. One team it's just like one team. It's like Thiel thinks they have it wrapped up, and Waynesburg just feels like they just can't come back, and it's just starting slow and giving in to like the pressures. And it's just not. That's not the mindset you have to come into the second half.
Ellerby, Brown, Henderson, Sanders, and Accurgio Harris, the 5 out for Thiel, 5 out for Waynesburg. Goins, Kazee, Bilivis, Baker, and Hooper. Casey Kazee will take it across the timeline for Waynesburg as play resumes. Now over on the right wing side is Jalen Goins with it. He'll throw a jumper out from the field, and that falls through. Jalen Goins picks up his first points on the day and digs into that Thiel lead. It's 45-29. As a foul coming up here against Waynesburg here as the pass by Henderson went to Accurgio Harris. Rayshad Hooper is going to get the foul for Waynesburg. That is Hooper's first foul, team's third foul of the half.
A little trouble at the score table.
They're going to patch this all up here. Thiel will inbound the ball from the near side baseline. There will be Marlon Ellerby that will inbound the ball for Thiel. While we wait, let's take a look at the last time out here for Waynesburg back on Wednesday at Franciscan University, a 78-61 loss for the Yellow Jackets. In that game, P.J. Suggs led the way for Waynesburg with 14 points alongside Jalen Davis, who also got 14 points. Third best scorer for Waynesburg. Jalen Goins, 7 points for him. Franciscan led the game in rebounds, 47-38, in blocks, 9-7, and in steals, 10-3. Again, Waynesburg coming in to this game on a 7-game losing streak for these Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it's like last game against Franciscan, they were up 7 points early in the second half, and they just started fizzling out and lost the lead to Franciscan, and Franciscan just took over and just gave Waynesburg their 7th loss in a row.
Last win for the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets came back on January 22nd, a 91-89 overtime win over the Bethany Bison. Henderson will get the inbound from Ellerby, and we are back underway. Thiel with the quick passing early. It's Sanders from inside the paint. He'll throw one up. No good. Hooper grabs that rebound. He'll pass it off to Kazee, and he will take it over the timeline for Waynesburg. Casey Kazee with it on the right wing side. He gets around to Ellerby, gives it to Baker. A long two-point shot from the top of the key is no good. Rebound kicks out to Goins. Goins back to the top of the key to Bilivis. He'll throw one the whole way out to Kazee. Kazee drifting over on that right wing side. Kazee back over to Goins. Goins trying to get across. Accurgio Harris with that steal. It hits right off the foot of the official and out of bounds. It will be Waynesburg ball still, but 5 seconds are showing right now on that shot clock. substitution for Thiel. Gabriel Gonzalez will come in for Thiel. Out comes Marlon Ellerby. Gonzalez, the senior from Venezuela. As that shot's blocked, it'll be Mike Brown who will take it up. He'll give it over to Henderson. And we got a offensive charge against Anthony Henderson. That's Henderson's first foul of the day for Thiel. Second foul of the half. And with 14:32 left to play, Waynesburg's going to get the ball down 45-29. Casey Kazee with it. Goes over to Hooper at the top of the key. Over to Bilovis from the left wing side. Back to the top of the key to Hooper. He'll kick it out to Kazee. Kazee into the paint. Tries the Euro step. That's no good. Rebound grab by Gonzalez for Thiel. And here they come back the other way. It's Henderson in the paint. With it, he'll drag it out to the top of the key. Throw it over to Curgio Harris. Now over to the left wing side to Brown. Now into the field to Sanders. He loses the ball. That ball gets stripped away from Sanders by Anton Baker and rolls out of bounds. It's going to be Waynesburg ball with 13:57 left to play. Casey Kazee takes it across the timeline for Waynesburg. Gets it over to Scott Bilvis. Long three from the left wing side is no good. Gonzalez with the rebound for Thiel. Goes over to Brown. Brown to Curgio Harris at the top of the key. Over now to the right wing side to Gonzalez. Back to the top of the key to Brown. Into the left wing field. To Curgio Harris. He works away around, and that falls through off the bank. Give Curgio Harris 10 points on the day. And with 13:17 left to go, Thiel takes a 47-29 lead. Casey Kazee with it. From the baseline, he'll kick it the whole way back at the Goins. Goins from the left wing three falls through. 5 points for him in the second three-pointer for Waynesburg. 47-32 is your score. Curgio Harris kicks it in to the left wing side to Sanders. Sanders working around Baker. He throws one up and it falls through. 4 points now for Sanders. Up now to 49-32. Kazee with speed for Waynesburg. He'll stop right on the elbow. Now Kazee with it on the left wing side. Trying to make him around Sanders. He does. He stops in the paint. He's trying to throw one up. He'll kick it back out to the top of the key to Goins. Goins, long three. Nothing but net. Back-to-back three-pointers for Jalen Goins. And it shows signs of life for Waynesburg. Deficit down to 14. 49-35 is your score. Thiel in the lead with 12:16 left to play in the second half.
See, this is the life they need. This is what they need to come out with every time. They're having life that's going back-to-back three. That sparks that you need, that fuels the team to continue to fight. Because Casey Kazee, he's driving, he's penetrating, he's making the defense shift so he can find open players.
Yeah, absolutely. Waynesburg just kicking the can. Kick at this lead. Take any bit of chunks you can out of this. You've cut the lead down now to 14. You still have well over a half. Well, half of a half, I guess, if you want to call it that way. You got 12:16 to play with here. Down by 14. You walked into this down by 15. Again, you're just slowly just kicking it, kick the can, get as many points as you can here as we will die down into the final minutes of this game.
And like you said earlier, this game is manageable. You're only down 7 layups. You're playing good defense. You're making Thiel have to make tough shots. And on the offensive end, you just got to capitalize and keep doing what you're doing. You're bringing this game closer, and that's what you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to keep on kicking that can. Now, Waynesburg up down to 3 for 15 from beyond the arc, 20% for Waynesburg, 3 for 10 for Thiel, 30% from beyond the arc. New substitution in for Waynesburg. Brian Dumphy in for Waynesburg. Dunphy, the junior from Howell, New Jersey. Curgio Harris drops it off to Ellerby. He'll take it into the edge of the paint. Now over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez throws a jumper up. No good. Rebound grabbed by Mitchum. Jalen Goins will take it back the other way for Waynesburg. He'll take it to the top of the key, now into the paint. He'll kick it back out to Suggs. Suggs back in the paint, guarded by Ellerby. His shot gets blocked. He grabs his own rebound and will get fouled. Foul is going against Kamaria Curgio Harris. That's his third foul of the game. Thiel's second foul of the half, and a media timeout on the floor before Waynesburg's inbound from the baseline.
Yeah, man, on that last offensive possession for Waynesburg, you see they're attacking. You want to draw these fouls. You want to foul these players out so you can get in the bonus and get to the charity stripe so you can hit these 3 points and crawl your way back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all. It's what you have to do here. Rebounds up for both teams, 37 for Thiel, 31 for Waynesburg. 13 offensive rebounds for Waynesburg, 10 for Thiel. So we're seeing a little bit more of those offensive rebounds here as Waynesburg's digging into that Thiel defense. But still, for Thiel, the talk is their defense. 27 defensive rebounds for Thiel, 18 for Waynesburg. Again, Thiel has controlled this game, 27 minutes and 35 seconds with the lead. Largest lead Thiel has had in this game was back when the score was 45-25, a 20-point lead that happened here in the first few minutes of this second half.
Yeah, man. That's something that kicked it off. Like, Thiel started with a 6-0 run in the first half, and Waynesburg just couldn't find a way to adjust to it and couldn't find a way to come back to it.
Mike Brown leads Thiel with 13 points. Gonzalez and Curgio Harris with 10 for Thiel on Waynesburg's side of things. Anton Baker and Jalen Goins leads the way with 8 points. PJ Suggs and Jalen Davis out there with 6. Ball gets inbounded by Corey Mitchum to Jalen Goins. He will reset the play by giving it back to Corey Mitchum. He'll drift it over to the left wing side, back over to the top of the key to Dunphy. Dunphy looks off Goins. And a long three-point attempt by Baker is no good as it hit the top stanchion above the board and fall right through. No basket, as technically that stanchion is out of play.
Yeah, man. He had someone open, and he was still open after he passed the ball away. That's something you got to convert on. You got to take advantage of. You don't get those every play.
Mike Brown will take it for Thiel across the timeline. Head coach Tim Loomis settling down Thiel here, taking their time, trying to waste as much time as they can. Curgio Harris with it here at the top of the key, guarded by Anton Baker. He loses it, picked up by Mitchum. We got numbers. PJ Suggs up, double dunk. PJ Suggs, his second dunk on the day, 8 points for him. Cuts this Thiel lead to 12. Curgio Harris loses it again. He'll pick it up. The pressure by Waynesburg's defense is coming out strong. Curgio Harris kicks it out to Ellerby. Ellerby settling down the play for Thiel. 12 seconds on the shot clock for Thiel. He'll give it over to Gonzalez. Now down into the paint to Thomas. Whistles blow as Mike Brown fell right at the charity stripe. PJ Suggs is going to get a pushing foul. That's his first foul on the day. Team's fourth for Waynesburg. It's going to set up an inbound by the baseline for Thiel. Shot clock will reset for Thiel to 20 seconds.
Yeah, on that play, it just seemed like PJ Suggs just straight up shoved him. I don't see why he did that. Maybe he was running too fast, he couldn't slow down. Either way, it's still a foul at the end of the day.
Gabriel Gonzalez will inbound it for Thiel. He'll give it to Ellerby on the right wing side. He'll drag it into the paint. Goes up. He'll get fouled on his way there. So Ellerby will go to the free throw line. PJ Suggs is going to get this foul. Again, he was right there along with Jalen Goins. So 2 fouls for PJ Suggs, 5 on the half for Waynesburg. Ellerby lands his first free throw attempt. 8 points now on the day for him. Makes that a 50-37 game for Thiel. His second free throw attempt is up and good, so 9 points for Ellerby. 4 for 5 on the day for Ellerby from the charity stripe. 51-37 is your score. 10:08 left to play of the second half. PJ Suggs will drag it into the paint, guarded by Thomas. Kicks out to Dunphy. Long three-point attempt is no good. Brown whole way up to Gonzalez on the right wing side. He'll give it over to Curgio Morris. Harris at the top of the key. Harris quick passing by Thiel as this one goes into the paint to Thomas. He'll throw that one out. Long corner three for Gonzalez is no good. Goins with the rebound for Waynesburg. And PJ Suggs will take it up. Throws into the paint to Baker. Layup try is good. 10 points now on the day for Anton Baker. Thiel leads this one now 51-39. 9:20 left to play of the second half. Curgio Harris with at the top of the key. He'll give it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to make a move around Mitchum. He can't do so. He'll dump it back to Brown. Brown drifting over towards the timeline. He's guarded by Dunphy. Brown makes a move. He'll come in with speed to the paint. He'll get fouled on his way there. Anton Baker's going to get credited with the foul. That's his second foul on the day. Waynesburg's sixth foul of the quarter. Thomas will get the inbound from Gonzalez. Goes out to Ellerby. Back into Thomas inside the paint. His layup try is no good. Wrestling for it is Mitchum and Thomas. Mitchum will come away with it, but a jump ball is called. It will be Thiel's possession.
Yeah, these teams are starting to get antsy on that jump ball. Thomas seemed to give Mitchum a little shove, give him a warning.
It's like another call on the floor as Gonzalez was trying to inbound that from the right baseline. We will wait for the call here as crew chief Tony Thornton made his way right to the scorer's table. Corey Mitchum is going to get credited with a foul here. That's his second foul. Waynesburg 7. As we got another jump ball. It's a tie-up between Thomas and PJ Suggs. So Waynesburg is going to get that possession of the ball. Out of all that, Thiel is in the bonus right now. As Corey Mitchum will take it across the timeline for Waynesburg over to the right wing side. He'll drop it back to Goins. Substitutions approaching the scorer's table for Waynesburg. Anton Baker, layup try from in the paint, falls through. It bounced around a few times and fall through. 12 points on the day for Baker. And that cuts the Thiel Tomcats lead to 10. 8:21 left to play. Gonzalez with the reverse layup is no good. Baker with the rebound. He's coming in with speed. He'll stop on a dime. Over to Goins. Goins long three corner. It falls through. 11 points now on the day for Goins and 3 straight three-pointers. And a timeout is going to get called on Thiel.
That is beautiful, beautiful basketball by Waynesburg on back-to-back offensive possessions. On the last possession, Baker went at Thomas, gave him an easy lay. And on the next possession, Jalen Goins comes down and hit a 3. That sparks, and now they're only down by 7 in the second half.
51-44 is your score. Thiel Tomcats still in the lead. 8:01 left to go of the second half. A 30-second timeout called on the floor by head coach Tim Loomis. Julius, what if you were head coach Tim Fusina right now, what would you be doing right now as we've seen a late push by Waynesburg to cut this Thiel lead down into the single digits?
On the offensive end, I'd be like, attack them. You are bigger than them, you are stronger than them. Attack them. On the defensive end, be aggressive. Get handsy with. Don't get too handsy with them, but get handsy with them when you throw them off their mood. As you can see, the Thiel players are getting agitated even though they're up, and they're getting agitated, and you can throw them off their game and get quick technical fouls so that y'all can go to the charity stripe.
Both teams starting to break their huddle from the timeout. Both teams still with 2 timeouts in their pockets right now. Suggs, Mitchum, Dunphy, Goins, and Baker, the 5 out for Waynesburg. Thiel still in the huddle as it finally breaks. Thiel is going to start out with the ball here. So they inbound it from the far sideline. It's Gonzalez. He'll throw it over to Sergio Harris. Now over to the right wing side is Mike Brown. He'll throw a jumper up. That falls through. 15 points now on the day for Mike Brown. Gives Thiel a 9-point lead. Corey Mitchum from the left wing side. He'll take it over the top of the key, now into the paint. He'll make a move around one, and he will get fouled on his way to the hoop. It's going against Daz Sanders, his 2nd of the game. Thiel's 4th of the half. It's going to send Corey Mitchum to the free throw line for 2. Corey Mitchum's first free throw attempt is up and good. That's Corey Mitchum's first points on the day. See if he can capitalize here on his 2nd free throw attempt. He's 1 for 1. Second one just a little bit short, no good. 53-45 is your score. An 8-point lead for Thiel. 7:30 left to go in this game. Sanders with at the top of the key for Thiel, over to Sergio Harris. Now long 3 from Ellerby from the top of the key is no good. Rebound grab by Mitchum. Here comes Mitchum, spin move around Ellerby. Mitchum fakes the 3-point shot, gives it to Baker. Baker takes it into the paint. He tried to throw one up. That kind of got blocked a little bit by Sanders. 2nd attempt is no good. Thiel will take it back across the timeline over now to the left wing side. It's Gonzalez. Gonzalez stolen by Baker. Over to Suggs. Suggs makes it. He gets the ball stripped away. Dunphy tried keeping it in. It goes out of bounds off the hands of Marlon Ellerby. It's going to be Waynesburg ball with 6:48 left to play of the second half, down by 8.
Yeah, as you can see, Waynesburg, they're attacking like I said they need to do, and they're getting to the free throw line. And now they just got to capitalize off those.
Kayam Exum checking in the game for Thiel. It's Goins with it. Turnaround jumper from the right wing side is no good. Ellerby with the rebound grab for Thiel. Mike Brown now with it. He'll take it across the timeline for Thiel. They're going to inch it forward. It's a Sergio Harris with it. Give it over to Sanders at the top of the key. Now passes it back to Brown. Over to Sergio Harris. Harris drifts over towards that left wing side. He'll stop it at the charity stripe. He'll throw it back out to Exum. Exum, long 3-point try. Air ball as the shot clock expires.
That was just amazing defense by Waynesburg. Make them use up that shot clock and have Exum airball up a shot.
Huge break for Waynesburg. 6:09 left to go of the second half. It's going to be Waynesburg with the ball as P.J. Suggs is going to slowly take it across the timeline for Waynesburg. Suggs, he stops, goes again, tries to get around Sanders. He'll throw one up, no good. Airballed it over to Ellerby. Hail Mary pass to Sanders is no good. And Sanders is just going to bounce it out of bounds. It's going to be Waynesburg ball at the baseline with 5:50 left to play of the second half. Suggs inbounds it to Dunphy. He'll come in with speed. He'll throw it up to Goins. Back to Dunphy. Drifting towards the top of the key. Now over to the right wing side to Goins. Goins drifts over to the top of the key. He tries getting around Ellerby. He'll throw up a jumper. That hits off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound grabbed by Baker. And a foul's going to get called against Thiel. This one's going against Kaya Mexum of the Thiel Tomcats. His first of the game. Thiel's sixth of the half. And Corey Mitchell will inbound it from the left baseline. He'll inbound it over to Baker. Back to Mitchum. Mitchum throws up a jumper. Goes in and out, no good. Ellerby with the rebound for Thiel. Ellerby slows down his speed. Over to Sanders, now over to the left wing side to Brown. Brown over to the right wing now to Accurgio Harris. Back to Logan Lentz. Over now on the right wing side is Accurgio Harris. He tries getting around Suggs, and a foul's going to get called against Waynesburg. P.J. Suggs with the foul, his third foul of the game and the half. Up to 8 fouls on the game in the half, for Waynesburg. Going to send Accurgio Harris to the free throw line with the single bonus right now. As his free throw is up and good, 11 points for Accurgio Harris. Aiden Blake, Grant Barnhart, and Casey Kazee checking in for Waynesburg. Out comes P.J. Suggs, Corey Mitchum, and Brian Dunphy. Waynesburg's going to swap players around on the court as we await Accurgio Harris's second free throw attempt. It's up, and it's good. 55-45 is your score now. Inside 5 minutes to play now. Casey Kazee with it for Waynesburg. He'll throw one up from inside the paint. Jumper is good. Casey Kazee's first points on the day. It's 55-47, 4:40 left to play. Sanders with it for Thiel. He'll take it into the paint. He'll lose possession of it and goes out of play. It's going to remain Thiel ball, though, as it goes off the foot of Aiden Blank. Ellerby with it at the baseline for Thiel. He'll get it out to Accurgio Harris. On the left wing side, he'll try dragging it into the paint. And he steps on the baseline, out of bounds. Waynesburg ball.
That's beautiful defense by Baker, being like a brick wall, not moving and having him bounce off him.
4:32 left to play in the second half. 55-47 is your score. Kazee will take it across the timeline. He'll give it over to Baker at the top of the key. Drops it back to Goins. Goins over to the left wing corner. Three. Barnhart, no good. Just missed off to the right. Rebound grabbed by Mike Brown, and he will take his time walking it across the timeline. He'll give it over to Accurgio Harris. Harris on the left wing. Back to the top of the key to Thomas. Back to Ellerby. Ellerby stops. Elbow shot is no good. Goins with the rebound for Waynesburg. He'll throw it across the timeline to the left wing side to Baker. Baker back to Kazee. Kazee trying to get around in the paint. He loses it over to Baker. Blocked by Thomas. Thiel with the rebound. And Brown will take his time walking across the timeline for Thiel. 3 Waynesburg players awaiting to come in, sitting underneath the score table as a long left wing three from Accurgio Harris is good. 15 points now on the day for him, and extends that Thiel lead now to 11. It's 58-47, 3:27 left to play.
Yeah, it just feels like every time Waynesburg inches closer to making this game closer, it just feels like Thiel just starts to catch heat. They start to score more, and it just seems to be unstoppable every time Waynesburg just comes back.
Waynesburg with the 30-second timeout. Only one timeout left in the pocket of head coach Tim Fusina here for Waynesburg. Tim Fusina serving his 6th season as head coach for Waynesburg, 2nd year as Waynesburg's athletic director, also a member of the NCAA Men's Basketball Rules Committee. Former head coach at Sanitary University, where he coached there alongside assistant coach Tom Weiler. Now Julius inside 4 minutes to go now. Down by 11. Double-digit deficit now. Who am I calling to help Waynesburg get back in this?
Reliable Baker. He's gonna get you to the paint. He's gonna either get the layup, or he's most likely going to get fouled because of how aggressive he is. You have to try to outmatch his aggressiveness, and the refs sometimes will call a foul on that.
Anton Baker leads Waynesburg's way with 12 points in this one. 5 out for Waynesburg. Suggs, Bilivis, Davis, Goins, and new out there, Ty Williams, the junior guard from Cannonsburg, PA. It's Williams with it on the right wing. He'll pass it over into the paint to Davis. And one attempt is no good. A foul's going against the Thiel Tomcats, though. This one's going against number 8, Kamaria Curgio Harris. Pardon me, that was Rob Thomas on the foul. That's his fourth, so deep foul trouble for him. Jalen Davis to the line. His first free throw attempt is up and good. He's 3 for 3 on the day from the charity stripe. Davis's second free throw attempt is up and swishes on through. 9-point game now, both teams in the bonus. 3:08 left to play of this game. It's Ellerby with it from the right wing. Go over to the top of the key to Lentz. Lentz drives up. That's blocked. Rebound grabbed by Thomas. Rebound is up and good. 3 points on the day for Rob Thomas. Back up to an 11-point lead for Thiel. Inside 3 minutes now. It's Williams with it. Give over to Blake at the top of the key. Now over to the left wing side. Into PJ. Kicks back out to Blake. He throws up a long corner 3. That misses short off the backside of the rim. It's Ellerby with it, taking his time across the timeline. 2:20 now left to go. 60-49 is your score. Thiel in the lead. As collision on the floor. Foul's going to get called against Waynesburg between Mike Brown and Aiden Blake. Aiden Blake's going to get the foul. His second foul. Waynesburg's 9th of the half. One more and we're in the double bonus for Thiel as Mike Brown steps up to the charity stripe. His first free throw attempt is up and good. $16 points now on the day for Brown. As his second free throw attempt is up and good. 2 for 2 for him on the day. 62-49 is your score. 2:02 left. It's Williams with it on the right wing side. Give her to the right wing corner to Suggs. Suggs, long corner 2 is no good. Bilivis with the rebound. He'll throw one up. That doesn't fall through. Davis touched it. It didn't go. Ellerby grabs that rebound for Thiel and takes his time across the timeline. Ellerby over to Brown on the left wing side. Back across to the top of the key to Lentz. Now to Ellerby on the right wing side. Back to the top of the key to Brown. Now Lentz with it on the left wing side. Back to the top of the key to Ellerby. 8 seconds on the shot clock now. Ellerby makes a move into the paint. He tries throwing one up and will get a pushing foul. PJ Suggs on the pushing foul. That's 4 fouls for him. That puts Thiel into the double bonus. 10 fouls of the half for Waynesburg. And Marlon Ellerby will go back to the line to shoot. That's his first free throw attempt is up and good, so 10 points for him. Anton Baker, Rayshad Hooper, and Corey Mitchum comes in for Waynesburg. Out comes Scott Bellovis, Aiden Blake, and Ty Williams.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Facino is going with an all-senior lineup for the final moments of these games as an honor for them playing for Waynesburg and their time spent here.
Ellerby hits his second free throw attempt. Makes it 63-49, 1:22 left. The clock was not rolling. Neither was the shot clock. And it looks like the buzzer's going off. Looks like a massive malfunction from the scorer's table. And now the scoreboard has turned off. Now it's back on again. 1:22 on the clock. Scores around the PAC now. Allegheny 101-79 over Bethany. So Bethany finishes the season at a 2-18 record. Allegheny improves to a 7-13 record as they finish off. Geneva over Franciscan as well, 87-48. That final score. Franciscan finishes at a 500 PAC record at 10-10. Geneva improves to 12-8. Play resumes here. It's Anton Baker with it, guarded by Thomas. He'll throw up a layup, and that falls through. 14 points on the day for Baker. He's making the most of his final game in a Yellow Jacket uniform. And it looks like we got a full line change coming here for Waynesburg. Under a minute to go, 49 seconds left. Thiel playing keep away. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Waynesburg not pressing up on it. It's Accurgio Harris with it at the top of the key. He will get fouled by Corey Mitchum. Waynesburg over the limit. It's a pushing foul against Corey Mitchum, his third foul of the game. Waynesburg again over the limit. Now Accurgio Harris to the line. He's already got 15 points on the day. His first free throw attempt is up and good. 16 points now for Accurgio Harris. And we got a whole line change for Waynesburg. All 5 of the 6 coming off. And a standing ovation here for the seniors. Anton Baker, PJ Suggs, Jalen Davis, Rayshad Hooper, and Corey Mitchum. The new 5 for the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets now. Kane Eanes, Hayes Ramirez, the other senior. Jordan Fisher out there, along with Grant Strotsberry and Justin Pasco. Accurgio Harris still with his final free throw attempt. That is up and good. Checking in for Thiel now, Xavier Jenkins gets in. He gets in for the first time this season. 66-51 is your score. Strotsberry tries to get that into Fisher. That's no good. And rolls out of bounds. Hayes Ramirez to inbound it from the right wing corner. Get over to Fisher at the top of the key. Now over to Eanes on the right wing side. Back into Fisher. Fisher trying to get that to the paint. He'll throw one up. That's no good. Accurgio Harris with it for Waynesburg. Shot clock is blank. Ryan Grant for Thiel is going to hold on to it. No pressure by Waynesburg as Justin Pasco's right there. And the final seconds of this one is going to roll off the clock. Final score from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse, the Thiel Tomcats with 66 and the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets with 51.
As Thiel completes the sweep against Waynesburg, beating them earlier in the season and now beating them now. As for both teams, as Thiel, they can look at this as a moving, stepping stone, as they could be a force to be reckoned with in the pack in the next season. And for Waynesburg, this is something they can learn from as they finish the season off losing 8 in a row. They can learn, move pieces around, get transfers in, and help this program grow in the future.
30 points for Thiel in that second half, 30 points for Waynesburg in the second half as well. Final stats here from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Waynesburg finished from the field at 19 for 68. That's 27.9%. On the Thiel side of things, 23 for 58 from the field. That's 39.7% from beyond the arc. Thiel 4 for 14, 28.6%. For Waynesburg, 4 for 19, 21.1. So both teams hitting each 4 3-pointers from beyond the arc. For Waynesburg, those 3-pointers came 3 of the 4 of them from Jalen Goins, all 3 coming in that second half of play, and then the other one by P.J. Suggs out in that first half.
Yeah, this was just a Mike Brown and a Curcio show for Thiel as they both lead Thiel in scoring points for 17, and for Waynesburg, the leading scorer was Antone Baker with 14, as it wasn't enough to help them come out with the win.